Am I free to go now?
Not right now, right? This building.
So what reasonable articulable suspicion do you have that I... Trespassing is when you enter and remain unlawfully. Nothing about me knocking on their door was unlawful.
I appreciate you explaining.
Today's story takes us into a tense political canvassing encounter. Ron, a volunteer, goes door to door in a neighborhood, exercising his First Amendment rights. Two residents confront him with concerns about recent break-ins, questioning his actions and bringing their dogs. Local authorities arrive to clarify the law, ensure safety, and gather accurate information. The conversation becomes heated, but the situation highlights the balance between exercising rights and respecting private property.
So I'm out political canvassing, right? Okay. I'm over here looking for my next house. Okay. And these two dudes come up with their dog and tell me, what's in your backpack? And I said, what do you mean what's in my backpack? Well, I thought I was getting robbed, dude.
I understand. I'm just saying.
And then
not robbing. How you doing?
Okay.
You're right.
Yeah.
The only concern is, man, look, some people just called in, right? They said that you were going up door to door, like checking door handles and stuff.
Well, I'm not checking. I am going door to door.
We are.
That's absolutely something you're allowed to do, okay? So most people just called in, right, because they were concerned, because they thought they were jingling door handles, and they're worried and they're concerned because there's been some break-ins in the area recently.
They did not come up and demand I open anything. Come up with two dogs threatening me. Like, that is not okay, dude.
That's not okay. That's definitely not okay. And I think I can understand both sides of what's happening.
I can understand them too, but when I told them I'm politically canvassing,
they're not you guys. You know what I mean? They're not the cops.
So here's the deal, okay? So you got to remember, right? You're not in any kind of attire showing that you're politically canvassing, or you're in a video game T-shirt, some headphones, some sunglasses, and a backpack and ball shorts, right? So
that's not illegal.
No, it's not. I'm just explaining to you, right? People might perceive what you're doing, right, is illegal, like hot prowling, right? That is a law and it is a violation. You can't go on people's properties. Anytime you pass a public sidewalk and it's somebody's private property, that is trespassing, right? That's people's concern right now.
If I were to remain,
our job is to figure out what's going on, right? All we need to know is your name, what you're putting. If you have anything to say, hey, I'm politically canvassing, cool. That way we can go back to them and tell them, the gentleman is just politically canvassing. He showed us. We have sufficient, information to say, you know what, that's all he's doing. But in the interest of justice and for public, right, that's their request, and that's why we're doing our due diligence.
Well, I mean, respectfully, I know my rights. I will they can request all they want, but to alleviate their concern, my name is Ron, and I work for... Okay. Am I being detained?
Right now, yes, for trespassing, because you're on people's properties. So if you want to go down that road, we just need your name, date of birth, and we'll check you, make sure you're not a wanted person, and be done and over with.
I'm so sorry. Where was he at? Where he was trespassing?
He was at people's doors that he was knocking. That's when you cross somebody's threshold to their property line, right? That is trespassing. When you're not on a public
enter or remain unlawfully. Yes. I never entered or remained unlawfully.
Hold on, Ron, calm down.
Yeah,
sir. I'm just trying to. Sure, we're going to knock on.
No, I understand that. Yeah.
I'm sorry. So we're not allowed to knock.
First Amendment right.
Ron, calm down.
I'm sorry.
We're not allowed to walk on to someone's going to knock on your door.
Correct. It's their private. So so like right now we're on a public side. Where he's standing is technically private property. Somebody maintains that lawn, somebody cares for that lawn. This building probably, chances are, is who owns that, right? However, most people aren't going to call in and say, hey, you're trespassing, right? But because of the nature and how everything went down, right, and their confrontation, their disturbance, whatever it is that they got into, I wasn't there, right? I wasn't there. It was you and them, right?
Well, how are you going to convince a jury?
Right? So the allegation right now, right, is that. Right? Very simple. All we do is verify who you are, ensure that all you're doing is canvassing.
I have a Fourth Amendment protection.
Right? Okay, if you'd like to go down that road, we can go down and we'll take you to jail for trespassing, if that's the road you want to go down. I'm trying to prevent that, alleviate all that, by just verifying who you are. Very simple.
I committed no crime.
When you're trespassing, that is a crime.
No, if anybody ever told me to leave their property, I left, and that wasn't today.
Okay, it doesn't matter. You still can't just trespass on people's properties. It's private property. If you don't own it, it's owned by someone, right? Like the grass you're standing on. If somebody called and said, "Hey, that guy's trespassing. I want to trespass,"
so
I have
then
to identify you and issue you a warning, and then
a picture is sufficient.
Okay? What was that?
A picture is sufficient for a warning. You can take my picture and say
No,
you
that's
did.
not sufficient. We need a name and date of birth because we have to issue you a formal trespass.
So
warning.
under threat of
Saying
arrest, if I
here's-
do not give you
it
my
is not a
name,
threat, okay?
so if I do not
it
give
is-
you my
it is
name,
a
will you?
promise, because now you're
That you will
obstructing.
arrest
If
me.
you're trespassing, and you don't give us your information. Now it's obstruction.
If I do not give you my name, you'll arrest me.
Listen, we don't want to go down that road.
I know, but I'm just asking you.
I am being as reasonable with you as I can be, okay?
And I
can just
want to
simply-
comply.
Listen, okay. When
I
you
want
go
to
on
comply,
somebody's
but-
private property, okay? The city of Billings, right, requires we identify the person to issue them a warning, saying, "Hey, sir, you've been warned. Please do not trespass."
And the
on this
Supreme
property."
Court has ruled that a picture is sufficient.
Ron, I need you to hold on for a second. This
Yeah.
is my program organizer.
Okay,
would you
please.
mind just talking
Yes,
to her for a second?
no problem.
I want legal representation.
Hello, this is Officer Diaz. Who am I speaking with? Good. I'm doing well. We're just out here because there was reports of some kind of hot prowling going on where, what's your name?
But they're false reports.
My name is
What's
Ron. You work with me.
Ryan? So I guess Brian? Ron. I guess Ron was doing some political canvassing. And they were knocking on doors and so forth, which they're allowed to do, right? However,
crime.
When you trespass on somebody's private property, it's trespassing. So most people aren't going to call in that you came to solicit and do all that stuff, right? At the end of the day, like I explained all that, that's all we're trying to do. I'm just trying to...
At any crime, I have no obligation to identify.
Look, real quick, bro.
That's what he said.
It's Ron, right?
But if he's going to threaten me with arrest, then I will sue them for a violation.
So, really quickly, Ron,
like
let me just clear this up really quickly, okay?
Somebody maintains the grass.
Billings City Code
Somebody
has a
maintains
thing
that
just called
property.
prowling.
It's
That's
private.
fine. I just need to know if I do not give my name, will you arrest me?
If Ron is
Okay,
gonna
thank you.
cooperate, I don't know what company you work
Am I
for.
free to go now?
Not wanna continue
Not right now, right? Just Billings City
So
Code
what
for
reasonable
prowling.
articulable suspicion do you have that I... Trespassing is when you enter and remain unlawfully. Nothing about me knocking on their door was unlawful.
I appreciate you explaining the trespass to me, okay? That's really helpful. Thank you. Okay?
Like I said, most
I'm talking about the
people in
situation
reasonable
is Billings City Code,
don't care
okay?
that you
That
come
has
to
to do
their
with
door.
prowling. You kind of already explained
They
it.
won't say anything.
Why you're here. You're political.
And I have my
canvassing, right?
boss. So there we go. Political canvassing. This is my First Amendment right. I am exercising my First Amendment right.
So, like, as part of like that Billings City Code
So,
requiring,
because of that,
we just need to
right, we have a
identify.
Can you get me that Billings City Code?
Would you like me to show it to you?
And make
Yeah.
sure I don't want a person identify him, and
you
be
go,
done
boss.
with it, and send him on his way.
You can even read it if you would like.
Being difficult and not wanting to give his name. So that's kind of where we're at.
Oh, I'm a law-abiding individual practicing my First Amendment right, though.
Sorry.
Absolutely. Right,
So,
but part of the problem
absolutely,
is
absolutely.
People came and they described it, right? They described it as you were coming in and you were like making.
But that's why
doorbells,
you
right?
do due diligence and you come and get the second side of the story and you find out that my boss is here and I'm exercising my First Amendment right.
We're just trying
So
to-
now, so what crime have I committed?
Because I'm trying to complete and make sure, right? Like obviously, yeah.
How
your
what does
boss
my
is
name
here.
have to do with
We wanna
any of that?
verify it, right? For us to be able to
And that's what we want to leave it
verify
as. Very
and
simple.
confirm,
Just be like, hey,
right, that you are here and what
cautious.
you're doing is
People don't want
politically
I just told you,
canvassing.
do you have any reason to believe that is not why I am here? Other than what those people, exactly. If you don't know, how are you going to convince a jury?
Because here's the thing, man, is we don't necessarily know for sure yet.
We are not trying to antagonize them. They're trying to do their jobs. Someone call the
pass the
police.
phone
Like if
over
you were
to
to call
Ron
the
so you
police
can have
in
a
your
conversation.
area and tell them it's the same thing, they're going to come and check it out. That what they said to you was not
She's
okay,
gonna
but
talk to
trying
you
to
afterwards.
figure out the
She wants to talk.
situation. We've got to try to stay calm for them. They're trying to not arrest you. They're trying to
Literally,
just trying to
that's
get
all
to the
we're trying
bottom
to
of who we are so that they can just
I believe
let
in my
them
rights.
know.
That's why I'm out politically canvassing, exercising my First Amendment right. And I've just asked, am I going to be arrested if I do not give my name? He said no. What's your answer?
Okay, so
Since you know that I'm politically canvassing and
here's the
not
deal,
doing that code.
here's the deal. Okay, since you're being less than forthcoming and there's bigger problems that are plaguing our city in the interest of justice and the safety of the community, we're not going to waste our time with you. Okay.
I want to go home.
But
Thank
the
you.
reality is, okay,
Thank you.
had we had more time and all this stuff, we'd be having a different conversation.
Okay.
Fact of the matter is, if it's not your property, okay, it's private property. Understood? Where you're standing right now is private property. Just because you have public access to it doesn't allow you to set up a house, a tent, whatever, right? Now you're on a public sidewalk. That is what you're allowed to use, okay? For future reference, if somebody tells you to get off or you get in a verbal altercation, you are in the wrong because you're on their property, just walk away.
Oh, I always
Simple,
left property.
okay?
I was on the sidewalk when they came up
Understand
to
that
me.
People have Montana's enhanced rights to privacy state, right? They have an enhanced right to privacy, meaning they do not expect you or want you on their property. If they have signs that say no trespassing, no soliciting, whatever, great. Some people don't. Some people can't afford it, right? the expectation is that's their private property, right? If it's not a public sidewalk, it's their property. That's simple, okay? So if somebody just says, hey, I know you've been cooperative and not an issue, I'm sure you understand, you're more level-headed and understanding than he is, but fact of the matter is maybe you can articulate it to him in a better manner when he's a little more calm.
Yeah, I understand. I do
Go from
apologize
there.
about that, and
No, it's all right.
we like I said, we were unaware of that extended privacy policy here in Montana. So I do apologize
worries,
about that. And we'll make sure that doesn't
no big
happen.
deal.
We'll
Like
try to
I
stay
said, you know,
as
we were just
necessary.
trying to identify who it is in case there's a repeat offense or a repeat incident. We have the person identified. We can let them know he's not a murder suspect. He's not hot prowling. He's not a wanted person. We just try to reassure the public so that they are less likely to want to press charges against them, right? Now, I don't know if they're going to want to press charges, right? Because I'm going to go back and be like, I don't know who he is. He said his name is Ron. Actually, he didn't even say that. His friend said that, right? That's the fact of the matter, right? And it is what it is. They're desire suppressing charges. At some point, if we find them, we'll identify him and take him to jail. It is what it is, right? He opens himself up to that by not identifying himself in a very simple manner. That's it.
What's your name, officer?
Officer Diaz, badge 812.
And you?
Brian, sir, 814.
Thank you.
So maybe you can talk to him, have a conversation with him, how to teach him to
Just want to have
de-escalate, not have
so sorry about
altercations
that,
with people.
and thank you guys for your help.
Yeah, of course.
Get
Take
out
care.
of your
Be
hair.
safe. Enjoy your canvassing.
Thank you.
In the end, calm communication resolves the situation. Authorities confirm Ron's activity as legal canvassing and verify his identity. Everyone walks away safely. This encounter shows how understanding the law, patience, and respectful dialogue can prevent conflicts while protecting personal freedoms and community safety. Ron continues canvassing, keeping boundaries in mind while exercising his rights. What do you think about this story? Share your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more real stories that matter.